blueberry lovers. I'm Lauren Lopez of laurendraws.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this blueberry batik bandana. Batik is a resist painting method that traditionally uses hot wax, but I'm going to be showing you a way to make the same batik using a very kid and beginner friendly material that you probably already have in your home, a washable glue stick. You can adapt this project to work with any fabric: tote bags, tea towels, napkins, something else on fabric. What's the other one? Oh, canvas wall art. So let's get started. First, there's these templates that if you don't already have them, I'm going to link them in the description that you can download and print out. If you're printing them on regular computer paper, then you're going to need to cover them with some packing tape so that we can use them as a stencil, because we're going to have to reuse them a few times. If you don't have packing tape, or if you do have some thicker paper, here's some ones that I printed on a cardstock paper, and these you don't have to cover with packing tape. You'll be able to use them a couple times. So I'll show you how to use both of them, so we'll test them out. We're gonna have scissors to cut them out. There's a rag because it gets messy. We're gonna have to wipe off some of the glue from the back of these stencils and also wipe up our surface. I also have our table covered with this so that you don't stain it. We have the packing tape. As I said, we're gonna make these into stencils. I'm also gonna use this to hold the bandana down when we're working on it. Here's the bandana. This is just a 100% cotton white bandana. We have, these are paint mixing trays for the paint. So the paint this is just acrylic paint that I got in 3 colors here. I will say that I've tried this art project a few times, and I used acrylic, just regular acrylic paint, and I also used this fabric paint, and I can tell you that I'm not a fan of this fabric paint. It takes a really long time to dry before you can add the next color. The only thing that acrylic is a little bit stiffer on the fabric. We're gonna thin that paint out with water and see how that goes with this. Here's some washable school glue. This is disappearing purple. Purple makes it a little bit easier to see where you put it down on a white bandana. The most important thing is that it's washable glue, not permanent glue. Foam brushes that I'm going to use to actually put the paint on the bandana. You can also use a thicker paintbrush too. And all right, so let's get started. So these stencils, like I said earlier, these are only printed on regular printer paper. So I'm going to cover these with packing tape. So for the blueberry, you want to cut out this area, fold it, and only cut in the center. All right, so I have my bandana taped down to my surface, and I'm going to start mixing my paint. I'm going to use the lightest color first. You're going to go, Batik is light to dark. So I'm going to take this color, and I don't love this color right out of the bottle, so I'm just going to mix it up just a little bit. Put a little bit of this teal in there. And I'm also going to be thinning with a little bit of water to the paint. Where you put your first layer of stencils is going to be wet. And I'm going to start with the leaves. We're going to use this glue. I'm going to put the stencil down where we want it. You can see this got a little bit of glue on this side, but not too bad. All right, now that we have the leaf pattern down, we're going to apply the paint that I mixed earlier. Remember that? Is a little bit wet, so I wanted to wait a little bit before I do the next color because I want the glue to get on our super wet bandana. It's not going to stick as well. So what I'm going to do is I have this fan set up here. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to let this blow on this for a little bit. Color paint, and I'm going to mix the second color. So I'm going to use, again, I'm not going to use it straight out of the bottle. I'm going to make it a little darker. So I did some of that teal, and then I'm going to put some navy in there. All right, so now I'm going to put the first layer of blueberries on here. Blueberries that I put on now are going to stay the same color as the bandana is, this light blue. I'm going to put the next layer of paint . And for the final layer, I'm going to do this blueberry. I'm going to try to put the blueberry in places that I didn't already put down a blueberry or a leaf design. You can kind of see through where that is, but it does get harder to see. For my final color, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. I'm going to use this straight out of the container. I'm going to use the darkest color straight out of the container. And I'm going to only paint over where I put the glue, the last glue stick. Kind of do this like. All right. So now I'm going to let it dry. Then you're going to rinse it in the washing machine. No detergent, just like a quick rinse cycle. That'll remove the glue and the excess paint, and then we'll check out, see how it looks. Just wanted to share the finished bandana with you. I ended up only letting it dry a little bit over an hour or so. I ended up washing it pretty quickly after I finished in the washing machine on rinse with no detergent, and then I also just put it in the dryer to set the paint to it. I'm really happy with how it came out. I really liked all the colors, the different layers of blueberry. So next time if I do it, I'm gonna try adding a fabric medium, which is just you buy a bottle of it and you add it to paint to help it adhere to the fabric a little better. But all in all, really love how it came out, and I hope you try the project also, and I'd love to see if you do. You can tag me on Instagram at Lauren Lopez Draws, or you can use the hashtag Blueberry Batik Bandana and share your projects with me. So thanks again for watching. Also, if you're interested in another blueberry related fabric art project, I have a blueberry tie-dye that I did, so you should check that out too if you love blueberries as much as I do. Anyway, happy creating. Thanks for watching.